Hello everyone, so this is Shruti Kaura. Today in this video we are going to uncover one more novel, one more book, and we are going to do an RC practice through it. So let's start this beautiful session. As I always say, one thing that you always have to remember is that as long as you think that the non-academic books are kind of a burden, you might miss something in your life. So let's go ahead, let's start. Moving further, if you look here, the first and the foremost thing, all of you are definitely planning to join the Unacademy Plus subscriptions because I am taking a lot of courses, be it the grammar and the vocabulary course, be it the major course, be it the ideal course, prime course. I am taking a lot of sessions here on Unacademy. And in case if you're planning to join the same, use the code SCORALive. Now, why specifically this one? Let me tell you. Now, in this one, there is a bumper offer going on. You can have a look here. That is bumper offer for CAT 2021. Here, if you enroll this month, you will get 1 month extension free. You can look here at the disclaimer mark. 1 month extension free on purchase of 6 months. So, go ahead, join the Unacademy Plus. Moving on further. Now about Shruti Kaura, that is about me. I am an award winner at Unacademy. You all can have a glimpse of my award. Moving further, let's go ahead. Now all those who are planning to contact me, you all can join my Telegram channel CAT by Shruti Kaura. And then definitely if you enroll for the Plus, I'll make sure that you join the Plus channel too. There I share a lot of assignments daily, not more than 5 or 10 questions, but those assignments will actually guarantee 100% perfect percentile in your VRs. Now, apart from that, those students who are going to use my code, that is SCORALive, they are going to get daily words in their email too. Moving further, next. Now, the major question. What kind of subscriptions are there and what is the price? So there are two subscriptions there at Unacademy. One is Plus, you can look here, and the second one is Iconic. So here there are three options available to you: 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. You can put the code here SCORALive and you can click on proceed to pay. So this is the code SCORALive. Just use it even to unlock the free sessions at Unacademy or even to get the discount. Great. Next. Now, as I just shared with you, there are two subscriptions. One is Plus. The second one is Iconic. So in the Iconic, you will get two options. Here, you'll get the benefits of, personalized mentor, bi-weekly reviews. And again, if you look here, there is a referral code. So the good part at Unacademy is that you get the code, you get the discount through the code of your favorite educator. Now, of course, you'll be using the SCORALive not only for the discount, but to actually unlock Plus sessions too. Now, discount and something is definitely one thing, but let me tell you, once you use your educator's code, your profile gets tagged to that particular educator. And the educator definitely comes to know about that. So I suggest whenever you plan to join the platform, do use the code of your favorite educator, not only just to get the discount, but to get associated with your educator too. Because ultimately, even after the exam, you'll be requiring your mentor, your educator for the group discussion and personal interview trainings. Wonderful. Let's go ahead. Moving further. There is doubt feature as well. You can use this doubt feature. There are 4 steps to it. Again, use the code SCORALive. Now, if you have any doubt, ask that doubt. Take a picture or choose a picture from the gallery. Crop that particular image and finally select the correct subject. This is how you can actually go ahead and utilize the doubt feature in your Unacademy app. Moving further. Now, as I always say, leaders are always readers. Yes, I do believe in it and I strongly do. That if you actually read, you become a leader, but apart from that, you'll get a knowledge, your thirst for knowledge will be quenched. This is what I always say. So let's do the RC practice through novels. As I always say, books are man's best friend. Yes, this particular quote is true. And let me show you the analogy that why this particular quote I think is true. Wow. Again, as I always say, whenever I see this picture, I can feel the peace inside. I can feel the beauty. This picture has actually, kind of seared in my mind. Whenever I have a look at it, I somehow feel that inner peace, and I expect the same from you. Moving further. Now, if you look here, how books are a man's best friend, no doubt we'll solve that analogy. But before that, for all those who are having that thirst for knowledge, be sure that if you read books, your thirst for knowledge will definitely be quenched. There is no second thought to it. Next, and coming to the analogy part, that why do I think that books are a man's best friend? Actually, just like our best friends make us laugh, they hear us, they listen to us whenever we are feeling low, they sometimes cheer up, they sometimes make us feel good even though there is nothing good all around us. But when we come in kind of close contact, or whenever we talk to our friends, we feel good, we feel cheerful. Same is the case with books. Yes, it's true. Next, now what benefit is this video going to give it to you? No doubt you'll learn, you'll actually finally find some quotes which you can use it in your daily life, that leaders are always readers, books are man's best friend, and some of the analogy why we call as books as the man's best friend. But apart from that, what is the benefit this video is going to give it to you? Let me tell you. As I always say, we always put the non-academic books on the back seat, right? We sometimes don't actually give so much emphasis to these kind of books, or even if we give, we don't find it that much interesting. So through this very short video, you learn about the novel. Secondly, we'll do an RC practice through a novel. Now, even in the exam, when some excerpt comes into the exam, even last time also, if you talk about the last CAT as well, most of the excerpts, we are not sure that what is the basic background behind this excerpt, but still we do solve it. Same is the case, we are going to do it here. This is what we call live RC practice. We are not actually sure about, and we have not even read the book. Still, what we are going to do is that we look at the kind of the plot of the book. We'll look at some basic detail of the book, that's it. And then we'll proceed further to solve the RC passages based on it. So that is the beauty, that is what I call the dual benefit of this video. Let's go ahead, find out. Now, what is the book for today? About Howard's End. Who is the author? E.M. Forrester. Oh my God. So, what this book is all about? You all can have a look here. This is the book's name and this is the author's name, and what this book is all about. It's about social conventions, the code of conduct, relationships, in the turn of the century in England. Perfectly fine. And this is how the book is. So why this book? Because it is considered as a masterpiece by many. Yes, it is. Howard's End is considered by many to be Forster's masterpiece. And that is what you have to keep in your mind. Next, if we move further, what is the tone of the passage here? If you look at the tone of the passage, the tone is joyful. Is it sad, contemplative, or remorseful? Now, why I looked at the question without even looking at the RC passage? Because it's up to us whether we follow the PQ approach, that is the passage first and the question second one, or the QP approach. So I never kind of force my students to just use one approach. Why? Some of the students might be comfortable in reading the passage first and then moving towards the questions. So here I have just given an alternative approach as well, or the second approach, and whichever approach you find comfortable, you can go ahead with that approach. Now, I have understood that the question is about the tone. So, while I'll be reading the passage, I know I have to understand or I have to keep in my mind about the tone of the passage. Right? Let's go ahead. Now, this long letter is because I'm writing before breakfast. Okay. So, this clearly indicates that she's writing or he's writing before breakfast. Oh, the beautiful wine leaves. The house is covered with wine. I looked out earlier, and Mrs. Wilcox was already in the garden. Okay. She evidently loves it. So all it sounds good till now. Wine, wine leaves. Then she actually loves it. No wonder she sometimes looks tired. She was watching the large red poppies come out. Okay, it's all about garden. We are actually reading and we are creating mental maps. Then she walked up the lawn to the meadow, whose corner to the right I can just see. Again, a descriptive scene where she is in the garden, she loves it, and she's watching the large red poppies. Then she moved off the lawn to the meadow. And what happened further? Let's find out. Trail, trail, went her long dress over the sopping grass. So you can imagine what a beautiful scene it must be. On the grass, her long dress over the sopping grass. And she came back. What was there in her hands? Hands full of the hay. So again, it's talking about the same thing, that she cut the hay yesterday and in her hand she's carrying the hay. So you can imagine, you can create the mental maps the way I am reading. I suppose for rabbits. So now what this hay is for? What is the purpose? Why she cut the hay yesterday? Maybe for the rabbits, he is saying, the author is saying, or she is saying, add something as she kept on smelling it. Or maybe the author is not so sure. So he is saying, or maybe for smelling it. Right? Because why? Because she is actually smelling it. On and off, she's just smelling it. Now the air is so delicious. Oh my God. Later on, I heard the noise of croquet balls and looked out again, and it was Charles Wilcox. Then now the author is introducing a new character here. Look here. In this particular area, author is introducing a new character, because now from Mrs. Wilcox and then the garden scene, he is moving towards Mr. Wilcox. And now he's saying that he heard, the noise of cricket balls, and it was coming towards Charles Wilcox, practicing. They are keen on all games. So was he playing some games? Let's go ahead, find out. Presently, he started sneezing. Oh, he was sneezing and had to stop. Then one more noise. Then I hear more clicketing, and it is Mr. Wilcox practicing again. Oh, then it was a tissue. He has to stop too. Obviously, when you sneeze, you need a tissue. Then Evie comes out. Now again, here I am seeing something. Evie comes out. Okay, and which character is this? Who is this particular, girl or boy? Evie. Let's find out. Again, do attentive reading. Be active. Analyze the characters. Analyze the plot. This is what I'm doing here. Then Evie comes out and she does some, calisthenic exercise on a machine that is tagged onto a green gauge tree. Again, machine tagged on a green gauge tree. They put everything to use. And then she says, a tissue, right? And in she goes. And then finally, again, the plot came back to Mrs. Wilcox. So she reappears. Trail, trail. So what is that? She's again smelling hay and looking at the flowers. She's again kind of smelling the hay and looking at the flowers. Oh my God. I inflict all this on you because once you said that life is sometimes life and sometimes only a drama, one must learn to distinguish it from which, and up to now I have always put that down as Meg's clever nonsense. Now this is an important line. Now she's saying something where she is actually saying life is not just life. Sometimes it's a drama. And again she explains something. Here we could use a fix-up strategies. I'll tell you all these strategies once I finish the RC. But this morning, It really does seem not life. Okay, so something special happened that morning. It really does seem not life but a play, and it did amuse me. So who is getting amused to watch the W's? Is it Wilcox or the Wilcox family? Now Mrs. Wilcox has come in. Okay, so this is where the author has ended. So before we go ahead and have a look at the questions, I want all of you that your name should appear on this, learners, Unacademy learners CAT, of course, 2021 or 2022 with flying colors. And I can assure you, I can guarantee you that if you use my course SK Kaura Live, you join my live session, solve assignments, for sure, I can guarantee you the perfect percentile. Moving further, next. Now, this was a question. So now it has become easier for us. Have you ever felt that the author is sad, or he's thinking something, or he's, kind of apologetic? But what I feel is that he's actually cheerful. She's smelling the roses, then she's in the garden, then about Evie, then Mr. Wilcox. So let's go ahead. First of all, let's find out what exactly do I mean by tone. The tone of the passage represents the author's sentiment or the attitude towards the subject being discussed. In other words, it's the predominant emotion the author displays towards the subject. So basically, tone is nothing, it's just the predominant emotion. It's the author's sentiment towards the subject. Because when I actually raised the earlier video, so a lot of people asked me this thing, that what exactly is the meaning of the tone? It's as simple as that. Just find out the predominant emotion that the author has expressed toward the subject. That's it. That is what the tone is all about. Wonderful. Next. As I said, maybe it could be possible with you that you are unable to understand why the tone is joyful. So I suggest the next strategy, if you are unable to find the answer is joyful, go for the technique of elimination. Look for the words which are not going to be a fit here. As I just said, the author is not sad. Neither he is contemplative, and nowhere I find that he is being remorseful. That's how I chose my answer A. But now let's go through the other way as well. The writer is writing with gaiety. He has an eye for detail, and he is balancing little passion. But he does not write with deep sympathy or with sad feelings. No. Even somewhere he is kind of apologizing for his lengthy description. But most of his writing is descriptive. It's actually observation, but he is not feeling repentant or remorseful. Right? Next. Now, the narrator does not halt to consider general or specific details or his role in relation to them. Rather, what he's doing, he's actually portraying the lively pace of the activity at the Wilcox, where he has written W's. What is happening in the family of Wilcox? So, what he is actually doing, he is bouncing from one event to another event. This is what he is doing. Next, I suggest whenever you read, create mental maps. Point number 1. Use your background knowledge. Third, ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. Fourth, find out inferences and determine the main idea or the central theme. If you determine the main idea or the central theme, let me tell you how it benefits you. You are actually sure that author is proceeding in this direction once you find out this particular point. Next, try to connect the dots like I did. I read what the author was taking me towards. In which direction is the author taking me? I came to know that the author is talking about Mrs. Wilcox garden. She loves that. She's smelling the hay. She has cut the hay for rabbits. Then the story moved towards Mr. Wilcox, that he was sneezing. Then he took a tissue. Then towards Evie. So what I did, I again connected the dots. What happened in the first para connected with the second, second to the third, third to the fourth. This is what I did. Just I did a live practical in front of you. Then use the fix-up strategies. Now the question is, what is this fix-up strategies? there was certain part of the passage where I was unable to understand, or maybe you were unable to understand, or even in the future, let's say, you feel that, I am unable to understand. So there, you try to reread it. If you think that even after rereading I am unable to get it, skip that particular part. Now, fix up strategies are things readers do when they recognize that they don't understand what they just read. Whatever you have just read, if you fail to understand that, that's okay. Many a time this happens. But include strategies like asking questions, rereading, skipping ahead, using the dictionary to understand an unknown word or phrase. Go ahead, do it. And before I, tell you about the YT, that is a YouTube assignment, based on that particular passage, I have given you a question. You see to yourself, are you able to solve this question? Try to match your answer and share your score with me in the Telegram. Next, if you look here, I am giving it the wishes of all the best to you. Why? Let's just read and dance. Dance, no doubt, is an amusement, but trust me, reading will also be an amusement. So it will never do any harm to the world. Let us read and let us dance. These two amusements will never do any harm to the world. That's why Voltaire, not by me. So the way we enjoy dancing, I suggest start enjoy reading. Use the code SCORALIVE for the discount on Plus and Iconic membership, as well as to unlock the free sessions. Use this code as it has got a lot of benefits. Join the Plus and start your journey. Next, there are a lot of batch courses. Enroll yourself. You'll get a chance to learn from India's best educators, best mentors, and even use the code SCORALIVE for discount on Plus and Iconic membership. In the starting of the video, I just shared that there are two types of memberships. So there also you'll require a code. Third, even for the unlocking of the free sessions at Unacademy app, again you will be requiring the code SCORALIVE. Now, what is this slide all about? I'll tell you very quickly. If you look here, India's biggest weekly scholarship test for CAT aspirants. This we call it as Unacademy Combat, which means you compete with all across India, you crack and you conquer. Then enroll for free. Win scholarship from a pool of 55 lakhs. This is the scan now code. You can use this to scan. CAT Combat is there every Sunday. Yes, note down these pointers. Every Sunday at 12 there is an exam. That is an all India level exam. You could consider it as a mock, which is called as Unacademy Combat. Again, use the code SCORALIVE to enter to the combat. And trust me, if you get a rank between 1 to 3, you'll get the 1-year CAT Plus subscription free. If you get a rank between 4 to 10, you'll get 75% scholarship. That's really fantastic and a fabulous offer. And somewhere if you rank between 11 to 50, you'll get the 50% scholarship. And if your rank is among 51 to 200, there also you'll get that 25% scholarship. So this is a very good scheme. And even if you're thinking that I am a novice, I'm just a beginner, I am actually not thinking for the combat for the time being, then I suggest there is one more CAT bumper offer which I showed you in the beginning. Use the code SCORALIVE. You'll get the subscription not only for 6 months but 6 plus 1. That is offer for this month which Unacademy has come up. So join the Unacademy family by using the code SCORALI. You can use it code all across the categories at Unacademy. And trust me, once you get that particular message that awesome, you got 10% off. But when you'll get, if you don't use any code, for example, you don't use this SCORALI, you will not get the discount. So if you're joining Unacademy, as I always say, and I'll keep on saying, the thing at Unacademy, the discount related thing is always attached to the code. So use the code, join your, kind of the beautiful family and start your journey. Maybe you could be the next top CAT, kind of aspirant who could actually be the topper in the CAT exam. All right, I'll take your leave today. So this is Shruti Kaura signing off for today, and I'll make sure I'll come up with more such videos. So don't forget to actually hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and share your comments. Up to you. All right, goodbye.